Scene 1, The Return of R.I.P. T. Hayes said he was gone. Buried under the wreckage of broken contracts, bad faith, and billionaire signatures. But legends don't fade, they wait. Beneath a storm-lit sky, a figure rises from the ruins of the old world. Lightning dances over shattered towers. Static fills the air. And through the noise, one name echoes like thunder, R.I.P. Once, he fought for power, fame, and a Trumpy oligarch named Bill Cable, a man who mistook greed for genius. R.I.P. was the muscle behind the empire, the iron fist behind the smile. But something changed. When the crowd stopped cheering and started starving, he snapped the corporate leash. Now, he wears their chains as armor. A trench coat of torn contracts, a belt made from the wires that once bound him, and a spade forged from truth itself. He's not back for revenge. He's back for redemption. And somewhere out there, the oligarch trembles. Scene 2, Planet Nothing, across the void, spinning in the darkness, lies Planet Nothing, an industrial moon powered by profit and pride. Here, the air hums with advertisements. Every breath costs a fee. Every thought belongs to the company. At the top of the golden tower sits Bill Cable, the self-declared Trumpy oligarch, broadcasting his sermons of consumption. Buy more. Believe less. And above all, never unplug. His empire runs on subscriptions to despair. Millions pay monthly to remain powerless. He calls it progress. He calls it freedom. But what it really is control with a credit card. Cable's throne room glows like a furnace of false promises, the faces of the poor reflected in every coin he hoards. When he hears R.I.P.'s name again, he doesn't flinch. He laughs. A hollow sound. Like a cash register that just swallowed your last hope. Scene 3, The Awakening. But the signal's changing. Across the wastelands of misinformation, a new frequency hums beneath the static. People begin to feel it. A pulse in their chest. A beat that doesn't belong to Cable's machine. That rhythm is R.I.P., dragging his silver spade behind him as sparks light the sand. Each step sends shockwaves through the ground, the kind of sound that wakes the forgotten. He's not alone. Out of the mist appear the 3C Alliance, Coolest, Calmest, Cleanest. There's Chillwave, the hacker DJ who turned Cable's propaganda satellites into freedom signals. Serene, the ex-journalist who speaks with the voice of conscience itself. And Clearcut, the engineer who rewired the world's stolen power grid. Together, they walk like storm fronts, cool, calm, clean, redefining what resistance looks like. And when they speak, the air itself seems to listen. Scene 4, The March. Every empire fears its echo. Every tyrant fears the day the lights go out. R.I.P. leads the 3C through abandoned cities built from greed. Screens flicker with Cable's face, his voice booming through broken speakers. You can't unplug from me. I am your signal. But the people are already unplugging. One by one, they step outside, breathing air unfiltered by corporate control. For the first time in a century, they remember silence. As R.I.P. passes, murals appear behind him. Rest in peace, prophet. Graffiti becomes gospel. Art becomes rebellion. Hope becomes contagious. Scene 5, Clash at the Tower of Nothing. The final broadcast begins. Cable's golden tower pierces the clouds, a cathedral of consumption, every window showing advertisements for obedience. Alarms blare as the 3C break through the front gates. The profit enforcers swarm, draped in gold, swinging corporate justice like sledgehammers. R.I.P. wades into the fray. The spade cuts through holograms of greed, each swing splitting illusions into beams of truth. Chillwave hijacks the main feed, turning Cable's propaganda into a rhythm of rebellion. Serene's voice floods the network. Truth doesn't sell, it shines. The system glitches. Screens explode in light. And then, for the first time, the broadcast goes silent. Scene 6, The Final Confrontation. At the top of the tower, two figures face each other in the storm. Cable smirks behind his golden mask. You can't bury me, he sneers. I own the dirt. R.I.P. plants his spade in the ground, lightning striking its edge. Then I'll own the silence, he says. His voice low but steady. The air crackles, a war between noise and truth. Lightning strikes. The tower erupts. Every screen on Planet Nothing shatters in unison. And in that moment, the world remembers what it feels like to be free. Scene 7, Aftermath, dawn breaks. The sky glows with a light untouched by ads or algorithms. RIP stands among the ruins, coat torn, armor scorched, but spirit unbroken. He doesn't raise his fist in victory. He just exhales, a man finally unburdened. People emerge from the shadows, unplugged and awake. They don't chant his name. They whisper it, like a promise to themselves. Coolest. Calmest. Cleanest. Planet Nothing fades into silence. The broadcast dies. But the signal, the real signal, lives on. Justice doesn't trend. It rises quietly when courage meets conscience. The Boneyard isn't where hope is buried. It's where the old world rests, so the new one can breathe. RIP walks into the distance, spade slung over his shoulder. Behind him, the words echo across the airwaves. Rest in peace. Prophet. Big Dave here, you made it to the end, and that means more than you'll ever know. Behind every frame are thousands of hours, countless images, and a whole lot of heart from the start of this channel. I build these stories to shine a little light into the noise, but that light only travels if you carry it forward. So if this story moved you, even for a moment, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. That's how the next one gets made. That's how this mission lives on. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for being here. You're the reason we keep building. Big hugs, Big Dave.